Hey everybody, welcome to No Jumper News. It's Adam22 here with your man AD. Let's get right into these stories. So first things first, Coi Leray took to Twitter to vent in a series of tweets after a clip of her performance in Houston over the weekend went viral. The clip shows a section of the crowd just standing motionless, looking unamused while watching her performance as part of the H-Town Memorial Day mayhem. "I feel like y'all trying to kill me," Coi tweeted, sounding defeated. "The love used to outweigh the hate, but now the hate outweighs the love, and it's slowly destroying me." Nicki Minaj hopped on Twitter to defend Coi's performance and offered her a little support, saying, "Don't do that, chin up. Always remember this, when black people not fucking with you, they will, boo. Those people were on their feet. That means they may not have known the song, but they were interested in getting to know more. So they were observing you. Charge it to the game and move on." Nicki's words seemed to be especially effective in uplifting Coi's spirit. Coi replied, writing, "Thank you so much for this. That means everything and more to me. Wow, I'm speechless. You just gave me so much more hope. Thank you again," adding that her weekend went from WTF to the best weekend ever. Polo G commented and also gave Coi some words of encouragement. "That's always how it be when you first come in compared to when you really blow. You gotta block that shit out and keep going. Crazy, you got it." Ruby Rose and Asian Doll also chimed in with uplifting comments. Ruby wrote, "Y'all gotta stop playing with Coi like she isn't a star," while Asian Doll tweeted out, "Aw, I love how we had Coi Leray back today after seeing her so down. Even Nicki gave her flowers, and honestly, that makes me so happy to see us defending and uplifting each other, especially when we call each other friends," adding, "Got your back forever, love you more, superstar Coi." The RIAA recently recognized Coi's hit song No More Parties as one of 6 singles to go platinum or higher this year. So what's funny is there's always memes that go off where, you know, they'll show an old performance of Travis Scott before he was popular, and they'll be like, look what Travis Scott was performing to, or even a couple weeks ago, remember it was like, oh, Moneybagg Yo said he gets all this money for shows, and look how whack this show was. But you have to realize that there's a big difference between like a Coi Leray show that's packed with all her fans, the same way that Moneybagg Yo might get booked for some festival and might have to perform at, 1 p.m. and there's only 100 people who care about seeing him there. That's just the reality of being an artist, is that sometimes you do shows where it's all about just performing to a packed audience of your fans and they're going to know every word, and sometimes you do shows where maybe you don't get as much money, or you're just doing it for the money, and maybe you are performing to more of like a new audience who's not going to know you. Like, I'm not surprised at all that massive stadium audience, who I'm assuming were there to see like bigger artists and they were maybe not there to see Coi Leray at all, I'm not at all surprised that they weren't reacting to her music all the way in the back of the stadium. Like, that's almost always going to be the case when you're performing at a venue that large. And especially, I noticed that she was performing the Pressa song Attachments, and the video just came out with her on the verse as the feature, and that song has been out for like 3 days. So I don't think anybody should be surprised that the cheap seats, let me just redo that. I don't think anybody should be surprised that the cheap seats in the stadium were not reacting to the song, especially since that song with her verse on it has been out for like 2 days.
Yeah, and I feel like she's such a happy person and she portrays herself real well. People want to see her be down right now and stuff like that. And then too, like you said, you're at a house in Houston that probably was there to listen to Slim Thug or somebody. Like, they probably was expecting somebody else. I mean, you got one of the only platinum songs this year, a lot to be grateful for, and yeah, they shouldn't let nobody get you down for that.
It's just crazy to me because you see so many people talking about wanting to support female artists and wanting to see the female artists do well and everything, and then Coi Leray comes out and people just seem like they're lining up to shit on her. But it did make me really happy to see that people like Amber Rose and Nicki and Polo G were all happily coming through with the words of advice, because I'll tell you that anybody who does shows, I don't know if the fans realize this, but every single show that you perform, especially in the early days of your career, you're going to be filled with anxiety because you don't know if the audience is going to be receptive to you. You don't know if they're going to boo you. You don't know if the venue is going to be empty as fuck. Like, I've seen artists who are pretty big online doing millions of views go to perform a show that's supposed to be 400 or 500 people and there's only 100 people there, and it's like very hard as an artist to get out there and give it your all when you know that the video of this performance might not really make you look that good. But that's a big part of becoming an artist, period, is that you have to be able to struggle through that and get yourself to the point where that's not going to happen. But realistically, it might still happen because you're always going to be playing different festivals and different types of audiences. So it was kind of awful to me to see so many people just eagerly lining up to kick Coi after a performance like that, because she has every reason right now to be happy about where her career went, and people are just so eager to just give her something to feel like shit about,
Jealousy.
Jealousy.
Next story. Police have released video footage of the suspects who committed the mass shooting at a rap concert that left 2 dead and 20 others injured. The video shows 3 suspects getting out of a white minivan or SUV. They run off and return quickly, jumping back in the vehicle and driving away. According to investigators, the El Moolah Banquet Hall near Hialeah in Miami-Dade County reportedly was rented out for local rapper ABMG Spitta's round of applause album release party. Police say that the attackers began shooting indiscriminately into the crowd and used both rifles and handguns, and confirmed that the shots were fired back at 3 shooters, with officers finding hundreds of casings at the crime scene. Amid the chaos, victims took themselves and friends to various emergency rooms in Miami-Dade and Broward counties, making it hard for police to get an accurate early count of the injured. The family of Clayton Dillard III confirmed he was one of the 2 people shot and killed in the violent incident. The police are still investigating the incident and asking anyone with information about the shooters to contact authorities. CNBC TV personality and Camping World CEO Marcus Lemonis tweeted that he is offering a $100,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of those responsible. According to the Miami Herald, this incident is one of the largest mass shootings to occur in Miami-Dade County in recent memory. We'll keep you updated with any stories or developments, and our thoughts and prayers go out to the families of the victims.
So we don't know that much about the situation with these guys pulling up and shooting up the outside of this show, but I will just go out on a limb and say this is some hoe ass shit. If you got a problem with somebody, I don't know. Like, I mean, they were pulling up and shooting up the outside of a rap show. Like, what are the odds of you hitting anybody that you actually had a problem with? I don't know if their problem was the dude who was performing, the main rapper who was doing the show. I guess that's just kind of what I assume, but that's probably not necessarily the case. But either way, pulling up and shooting up the outside of a rap show, like, no matter who you got problems with, that's going to completely fuck up doing rap shows in Miami, in that area. You really think anybody's going to want to like give out permits, or any venues are going to want to do shows when you got people dying outside your show? I mean, it's just so selfish. And if you are really about that shit, you would probably find a way to take care of your issues without having to completely negatively affect the hip-hop community. And then also, probably, I'm assuming you didn't hit anybody that you had problems with. You're just hitting random people.
Yeah, man, it's super sad. Prayers go out to the family. And, you know, just like you're saying, bro, it's so many times, bro, and everybody watching this, be wary about who you're going to support and going to their shows and stuff like that, because people got real problems out here. They got real ops, and you never know who's coming to end somebody's life in that venue, and you could be caught in the crossfire. We see this all the time, and, you know, it's unfortunate. Somebody went and did that, and some people who had nothing to do with this are resting in peace now. It's fucked up.
Dude who went outside for a cigarette is the one you killed, you know? It's fucking super sad.
Yeah, it's messed up, man. You guys be safe this summer, especially in Miami. They've been having a history of a lot of violent stuff going on. Yeah, that's fucked up. We can't even say nothing like that.
Rest in peace. YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you want us to talk about next. Appreciate y'all.